The future depends on what you do today. What if I told you that 10 years from now, your life will be exactly the same, unless you decide to change today? No more money, no better health, no real progress, just another decade gone. Too many people live in delay mode, waiting for the perfect time, the perfect moment, or the perfect plan. But here's the truth. Success doesn't wait for you. You have to go after it. Think about it. How many dreams have been lost because someone was too afraid to take the first step? How many people spend years wishing for a better life, but never actually do anything about it? The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't luck, intelligence, or even talent. It's action. This is where most people go wrong. They believe they need more motivation, more knowledge, or a perfect plan before they start. But the secret isn't in waiting, it's in doing. Today, I'm going to give you a step-by-step blueprint to transform your life, covering 10 powerful principles that will help you rewire your mindset, develop unstoppable discipline, and create a future you're proud of. Stay with me for the next few minutes as I break down the essential steps and show you exactly how to take control, take action, and get it done, starting today. Let's dive in. Number 1, reprogram your mindset. Your life is a reflection of what you know and, more importantly, what you believe. The way you think today is either building your future or destroying it. Every successful person you admire, whether it's Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, or Steve Jobs, shares one key trait. They constantly refine their philosophy. They question everything, learn from multiple sources, and never settle for outdated beliefs. If you want to transform your life, the first step is to reprogram your mind and start thinking differently. Most people are trapped in a fixed mindset. They believe that intelligence, success, and abilities are predetermined. They think, I'm just not good at this, or I wasn't born lucky. But high achievers embrace a growth mindset. They know that skills can be learned, intelligence can be expanded, and success is a product of continuous improvement. The truth is, what you believe becomes your reality. If you think you're stuck, you will be. If you think you can grow, you will. Take Warren Buffett, for example. He started reading investment books as a child. While other kids played outside, he was consuming financial knowledge. Today, he's one of the richest people in the world, not because of luck, but because of philosophy. He programmed his mind to see opportunities where others saw obstacles. The same principle applies to every area of life. If you believe that making money is hard, it will always be hard. If you believe success is only for the lucky, you'll never put in the effort to achieve it. Your philosophy determines your limits. The danger of having the wrong mindset is that you won't even try. You'll reject opportunities before they appear, dismiss good advice because it doesn't align with your old beliefs, and sabotage your own progress. This is why ignorance is dangerous. The things you don't know and refuse to learn are the very things keeping you from success. Imagine a person trying to crack a combination lock but missing just one number. They'll twist and turn the lock endlessly, frustrated that they can't open it. The missing number is the missing knowledge, the piece of information that could change everything. So how do you reprogram your mindset? First, become a student, not a follower. Don't blindly accept what you hear. Question everything. If you read one book, read another with a different perspective. Challenge your beliefs and see if they hold up. Second, surround yourself with better influences. The people you listen to shape your mindset, so choose wisely. Third, never stop learning. The greatest leaders are lifelong students. Read, listen, and expose yourself to new ideas every day. Your success will be determined by your ability to adjust your thinking, challenge your old ideas, and seek better knowledge. You can either stay trapped in the mindset that's keeping you stuck, or you can make a conscious choice to upgrade your philosophy. The choice is yours. Number 2, build a champion's attitude. Your attitude is the single most important factor in determining your success. It dictates how you handle setbacks, how you perceive challenges, and how you react to opportunities. A person with the right attitude can turn failure into fuel, obstacles into stepping stones, and rejection into motivation. On the other hand, A person with a negative attitude will see problems in every opportunity, blame external factors for their failures, and ultimately sabotage their own success. The truth is simple. Your attitude shapes your life. Think about the people who have achieved greatness. It's not that they never faced obstacles, but they refused to be defined by them. Take Michael Jordan, for example. In high school, he was cut from the basketball team. Most people would have taken that as a sign to quit, to believe that they weren't good enough. But Jordan used the rejection as fuel to work harder than ever. He trained relentlessly, sharpened his skills, and eventually became one of the greatest athletes of all time. His talent was undeniable, but his attitude was his true weapon. He didn't see failure as defeat. He saw it as feedback. This is where most people go wrong. They let temporary setbacks become permanent barriers. The moment they face difficulty, they assume they're not meant to succeed. But here's the truth. Your attitude towards failure determines whether you stay stuck or move forward. Failure itself isn't the problem. Your response to it is. If you treat every setback as an excuse to quit, you will never grow. But if you see it as an opportunity to learn, adapt, and come back stronger, then every failure brings you closer to success. Another critical part of attitude is self-talk. The way you speak to yourself when no one else is around. Most people unknowingly destroy their own potential with negative self-talk. They say things like, "I'm not good enough. I'll never succeed," or "I don't deserve success." And the mind believes whatever you repeatedly tell it. This is why you must train your inner dialogue. Speak to yourself like a champion. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," say, "I haven't mastered it yet, but I will." Instead of saying, "I always fail," say, "Every failure is making me stronger." These small shifts in language can have a massive impact on your confidence, actions, and results. Your attitude also affects how you view the future. Some people live in constant fear of the unknown. They expect things to go wrong. They anticipate failure before even trying. And they hesitate at every opportunity. But those with a winning attitude approach the future with anticipation, not apprehension. They believe that good things are ahead. They see opportunities instead of obstacles. They take action instead of hesitating in fear. This shift in perspective is crucial because your expectations shape your reality. If you expect greatness, you will prepare for it. If you expect failure, you will create it. So how do you build a winning attitude? First, eliminate negativity from your environment. If you surround yourself with people who constantly complain, blame others, or settle for mediocrity, their attitude will infect you. Spend time with those who challenge you to be better, who inspire you, and who push you toward your goals. Second, train your mind daily. Just like an athlete conditions their body, you must condition your thoughts. Read books that challenge your thinking. Listen to speakers who inspire action. Feed your mind with positive, powerful ideas. Third, practice gratitude. No matter where you are in life, there is something to be thankful for. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what's possible. And this simple shift can completely transform your attitude. Finally, take responsibility for your life. Winners own their decisions, their failures, and their results. They don't wait for someone to save them or blame others for their problems. They take full control of their destiny. If you truly want success, you must develop an attitude of ownership, resilience, and determination. Life will throw challenges at you, but with the right attitude, nothing can stop you. Your attitude is your power. Use it wisely. Number 3, stop thinking. Start winning. How many dreams have died because someone was waiting for the perfect moment? How many opportunities have been lost because of hesitation, overthinking, or fear of failure? The brutal truth is that most people fail not because they lack talent, resources, or intelligence, but because they never start. They get stuck in an endless cycle of thinking, planning, and preparing, but never actually take the first step. If you want to succeed, you must break free from the prison of hesitation and take action. Imperfect action. One of the biggest lies people tell themselves is that they need to be ready before they begin. They believe they need more knowledge, more confidence, more money, or more time before they can chase their goals. But the truth is, you'll never feel completely ready. There will always be some uncertainty, some risk, and some doubts. The most successful people in the world didn't wait until they had everything figured out. They started before they were ready. Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, didn't wait for the perfect business plan before launching his company. He started in a garage with no guarantee of success. Elon Musk didn't wait until he had all the answers before creating SpaceX. He took action, made mistakes, learned, and adjusted along the way. The key to success is momentum. When you take action, even if it's small, you create momentum. That momentum fuels confidence, which leads to more action. But when you wait, procrastinate, or overthink, you kill momentum before it even starts. This is why some people stay stuck for years. Not because they aren't capable, but because they never take that first bold step. They talk about their goals, they plan, they research, but they never execute. Fear is the biggest reason people hesitate. Fear of failure, rejection, or looking foolish keeps them trapped in inaction. But here's what you need to understand. Fear only loses its power when you take action despite it. The longer you wait, the stronger fear becomes. The moment you move forward, even in a small way, fear starts to shrink. Think about it. How many things have you worried about that never actually happened? Fear is often a mental illusion. Most of the time, the worst-case scenario you imagine is nowhere near as bad as you think. Another common trap is perfectionism. People delay action because they want everything to be flawless before they begin. But perfectionism is just another form of procrastination. The most successful people understand that done is better than perfect. If you wait until everything is perfect, you'll never start. Instead of trying to get everything right on the first try, focus on getting started and improving along the way. Your first attempt won't be perfect, but that's okay. Progress beats perfection every time. So how do you break the cycle of overthinking and hesitation? First, set a 24-hour rule for decision-making. If you've been thinking about doing something, whether it's starting a business, applying for a new job, or learning a skill, give yourself no more than 24 hours to take the first step. It doesn't have to be perfect or big, but it has to be something. Action destroys fear and builds confidence. Second, lower your expectations for the first attempt. Stop expecting your first business idea to be $1 million success. Stop expecting your first book to be a bestseller. Stop expecting your first video to go viral. Just get started. The first version of anything you do will likely be messy, but it will also teach you more than months or even years of just thinking about it. Third, make failure your best friend. The most successful people in history have failed more times than most people have even tried. Michael Jordan missed more than 9,000 shots in his career, but he kept shooting. Thomas Edison failed 10,000 times before inventing the light bulb, but he saw every failure as a step closer to success. The difference between winners and losers isn't that winners don't fail, it's that winners keep going despite failure. The final step is to publicly commit to your goals. Tell someone what you're going to do, set a deadline, and create accountability. When you keep your goals to yourself, it's easy to delay them, but when you tell people, you create pressure to follow through. If you want to write a book, tell people the release date. If you want to start a business, announce it publicly. The more accountability you have, the more likely you are to take action. At the end of the day, success belongs to those who take action, not those who overthink. Your ideas don't matter if they stay in your head. Your dreams mean nothing if you don't act on them. It's time to stop waiting for the perfect moment, because it will never come. The only time you have is now. Take the first step, even if it's messy, even if it's small, because action is the only thing that will move your life forward. Number 4, how to stay consistent. Motivation gets you started, but discipline is what keeps you going. Anyone can feel inspired for a day, a week, or even a month. But success isn't about short bursts of effort. It's about showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it. This is why so many people fail. They wait for motivation, thinking they need to feel like it before they take action. But high achievers don't rely on feelings. They rely on discipline. They do what needs to be done, whether they're excited about it or not. Take Elon Musk as an example. He's running multiple billion-dollar companies, working 80 to 100 hours a week, solving some of the world's biggest challenges. Do you think he wakes up every morning feeling motivated to work that hard? No. But he does it anyway because he has built the discipline to keep going, regardless of how he feels. That's what separates successful people from the rest. They understand that the real secret to success isn't talent, luck, or even intelligence. It's consistency. Most people start something new with excitement and energy. But the moment things get hard or the excitement wears off, they quit. This happens with fitness, business, learning new skills, or any long-term goal. They want results, but they're not willing to put in the work consistently. This is why discipline matters. It removes emotion from the equation. It replaces, "I'll do it when I feel like it," with "I'll do it no matter what." And that's the only way to win. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking that discipline is something you're either born with or not. But discipline is a skill. It can be built, strengthened, and improved over time. The more you practice discipline, the stronger it gets. The less you use it, the weaker it becomes. It's like a muscle. If you don't train it, it deteriorates. But if you push yourself, even when you don't want to, discipline grows. And once it becomes part of your identity, success becomes automatic. A great example of discipline is the ant philosophy, a simple but powerful lesson from nature. Ants never quit. If they're carrying food and an obstacle appears, they find another way. If you block their path, they go around, over, or under it. They keep moving forward no matter what. They work during summer, preparing for winter, never lazy, never complaining, just doing what needs to be done. If you apply the same principle in your life, you'll never fail because you'll never stop trying. So how do you build unshakable discipline? First, create a non-negotiable routine. The most successful people in the world follow strict routines, whether it's waking up early, working out daily, or dedicating time to learning. You must remove the option to skip. If it's optional, you'll always find excuses. If it's a non-negotiable habit, you'll do it no matter what. Second, eliminate distractions. Most people fail not because they lack talent or intelligence, but because they waste too much time. Social media, Netflix, unnecessary scrolling, all of these steal your focus and destroy discipline. If you want to be successful, you need to protect your time. That means setting boundaries, turning off notifications, and creating an environment that forces you to stay consistent. Third, stop negotiating with yourself. The moment you start making excuses like, "I'll do it tomorrow," or "I'm too tired today," you've already lost. Winners don't negotiate with their emotions. They don't let temporary feelings decide their long-term success. They wake up, they do what needs to be done, and they move forward every single day. Fourth, hold yourself accountable. The easiest way to build discipline is to create public accountability. Announce your goals, track your progress, and have someone hold you responsible. If you have no consequences for quitting, it's easy to quit. But if you have a friend, mentor, or community keeping you in check, you're far more likely to stay disciplined. Finally, embrace discomfort. Discipline is built through doing hard things. It's built when you push through exhaustion, when you keep going despite setbacks, and when you refuse to quit. The problem is that most people avoid discomfort. They choose what's easy over what's necessary. But the hard path is where growth happens. If you can train yourself to love the process, not just the rewards, you'll win every time. The harsh reality is this: talent without discipline is worthless. You can have all the potential in the world, but if you're not willing to show up and do the work, you'll never succeed. Discipline isn't about feeling like it. It's about doing it anyway. Winners don't wait for the perfect moment. They make the moment perfect by taking action. If you're serious about success, stop relying on motivation and start mastering discipline. Wake up earlier. Stick to your commitments. Cut out distractions. Keep pushing forward, no matter what. Because at the end of the day, the people who succeed aren't the ones who had the best ideas. They're the ones who had the discipline to execute them. Number 5. The formula for lasting progress. If you don't measure it, you can't improve it. This is one of the most important principles of success, yet most people ignore it. They set vague goals, make random efforts, and hope for results. But hope is not a strategy. Success isn't something that happens by accident. It's something you track, refine, and improve over time. Think of it like driving a car. If you don't have a destination in mind and you never check the road signs, how will you know if you're getting closer? You might be moving, but movement doesn't always mean progress. You could be driving in circles without even realizing it. This is exactly how most people approach their goals. They work hard. They stay busy. But they never stop to measure whether their actions are actually bringing them closer to their destination. The difference between people who succeed and those who don't isn't just effort, it's intentional effort. Successful people don't just work hard. They track their results, adjust their strategies, and refine their approach. If something isn't working, they don't keep doing it out of habit or hope. They analyze, adapt, and make the necessary changes. This is why tracking progress is so important. It allows you to see what's working, what's not, and where you need to make adjustments. Without measurement, you could be making the same mistakes for years without realizing it. Take top athletes, for example. They don't just train randomly and hope to improve. They track everything: their speed, strength, endurance, and technique. They analyze their performance, find their weaknesses, and focus on improving those specific areas. The same principle applies to business, fitness, personal development, and finances. If you're not tracking your progress, you're not really growing. You're just going through the motions. One of the biggest reasons people fail to make progress is that they don't set clear, measurable goals. Saying, "I want to be rich" or "I want to be fit" is not a goal, it's a wish. A goal needs to be specific, measurable, and time-bound. Instead of "I want to get in shape," say, "I will lose 10 pounds in the next 8 weeks by exercising 5 days a week and following a clean diet." Instead of "I want to make more money," say, "I will increase my income by 20% in the next 6 months by improving my sales skills and launching a side business." When your goals are clear, tracking them becomes easy. You'll know exactly what you need to do and whether you're making progress or not. So how do you track success? First, start journaling your progress. Write down what you're working on, what's going well, and what needs improvement. This simple habit can transform your productivity because it forces you to reflect on your actions. It gives you clarity on what's working and what needs to change. Second, set milestones and deadlines. If your goal is to learn a new skill, set weekly or monthly targets. If your goal is financial, track your earnings and expenses weekly. This keeps you accountable and ensures that you're moving forward instead of just being busy. Third, use data and feedback to adjust your approach. If you're working on a business, but you're not seeing growth, analyze why. Are you targeting the wrong audience? Are your marketing strategies ineffective? If you're trying to lose weight but not seeing results, look at your diet and training. Maybe you need to eat cleaner or increase intensity. The key is to treat everything like an experiment. Test, measure, adjust. Never get emotionally attached to a failing strategy. If something isn't working, change it. One major mistake people make is mistaking activity for achievement. Just because you're busy doesn't mean you're productive. A person can work hard every day, but if they're doing the wrong things, they won't see progress. That's why tracking is so important. It forces you to evaluate whether your hard work is actually paying off. Imagine a student studying for an exam without ever checking their understanding. They might feel productive, but when test day comes, they realize they didn't learn much. Don't let that happen in your life. Another critical aspect of tracking progress is self-accountability. You must take full responsibility for your results. No blaming circumstances, no excuses. If you're not getting the results you want, the problem is either your strategy or your effort. If your strategy is wrong, fix it. If your effort is weak, increase it. Success is simple. It's about adjusting and improving until you win. The final step is to celebrate small wins. Most people only focus on the big goal and feel frustrated when they don't achieve it immediately. But success is built on small, consistent victories. Every step forward is progress, and recognizing those wins keeps you motivated. Whether it's finishing a book, making your first dollar in business, or improving your fitness, celebrate it. Small wins compound into big victories over time. At the end of the day, progress is the real measure of success. It doesn't matter how fast you're moving if you're going in the wrong direction. Track your progress, adjust your course, and keep improving. If you do this consistently, success isn't a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Number 6. Build a strong financial foundation. Money is a tool. Either you learn how to control it, or it will control you. The difference between people who struggle financially and those who achieve financial freedom isn't luck or inheritance. It's financial discipline, smart decisions, and long-term thinking. Yet most people never take money seriously until it becomes a problem. They spend recklessly, live paycheck to paycheck, and then wonder why they can't get ahead. But here's the truth. Financial success is predictable. If you follow the right principles, you will build wealth. If you ignore them, you will stay broke. One of the biggest financial mistakes people make is spending money emotionally instead of strategically. They buy things to impress others, chase short-term pleasure, and fail to prioritize their future. Instead of investing in assets that grow in value, they spend money on liabilities that drain their wealth. They get caught in the endless cycle of working hard just to pay off debt, never realizing that their financial habits are keeping them trapped. This is why the first step to mastering your money is simple. Spend less than you earn and invest the difference. It sounds basic, but it's the foundation of financial success. If you consistently live below your means and put money into things that generate wealth, such as investments, skills, or a side business, you will build financial security over time. The next major mistake is not tracking where money goes. Most people don't realize how much they waste on unnecessary expenses until they write it down. Small daily purchases, like coffee, fast food, or subscriptions, add up to thousands of dollars a year. Without tracking, it's easy to fall into the habit of overspending. That's why successful people treat money like a business. They know exactly how much is coming in, how much is going out, and where every dollar is going. If you don't track it, you can't improve it. Start keeping a simple budget and be brutally honest about your spending. You don't need to cut out all enjoyment, but you do need to eliminate waste. Another financial trap is relying too much on debt. While some debt, like business loans or real estate, can be used wisely, most people drown themselves in debt for things they don't need. Credit card debt, car loans, and unnecessary financing deals keep people stuck in financial slavery. Every time you finance a lifestyle you can't afford, you're trading future freedom for temporary pleasure. Instead of borrowing for luxury, focus on earning and saving. The sooner you eliminate debt, the faster you can build real wealth. One of the best financial habits you can develop is paying yourself first. Most people pay their bills, buy things, and then save whatever is left. But the wealthy do the opposite. They save and invest first, then live on what remains. If you wait until the end of the month to save, there will always be an excuse not to. Instead, automate savings by setting aside a portion of your income before you touch the rest. Even if it's just 10%, consistently saving and investing will build long-term wealth. The next step is making money work for you. Saving alone won't make you rich. Investing will. The wealthy don't just work for money. They make money work for them through stocks, real estate, businesses, or other assets that grow over time. If you're new to investing, start small, but start now. The longer your money is invested, the more it compounds. Even a small investment today can turn into a fortune in 20-30 years. The key is consistency. Invest regularly, even when the market is down, and let time do the heavy lifting. Another critical part of financial success is building multiple streams of income. Relying on one source of income like a job is dangerous because it keeps you dependent. If you lose that job, your entire financial life collapses. The wealthy don't just depend on one income stream. They create multiple sources such as side businesses, investments, or passive income streams. The more income sources you have, the more financial security you gain. Lastly, financial freedom isn't just about making money. It's about learning how to keep it and grow it. Most lottery winners and high-earning athletes end up broke because they never develop financial intelligence. Making money is one thing, managing and growing it is another. The smartest people in the world never stop learning about finances, investments, and wealth-building strategies. If you want to be financially free, you must commit to lifelong financial education. Read books, listen to experts, and surround yourself with people who are financially successful. At the end of the day, money is a tool, not the goal. It's about freedom. The freedom to do what you want, help others, and live life on your own terms. But that freedom only comes to those who respect money. Use it wisely and think long term. If you take control of your finances today, your future self will thank you. If you ignore it, you'll regret it. The choice is yours. Control your money or let it control you. Number 7. Set goals or stay stuck. Without clear goals, you're drifting through life, hoping things will magically work out. But hope isn't a strategy, and success isn't accidental. Every successful person you admire, from top athletes to billionaires, has one thing in common. They set clear, specific goals and relentlessly pursue them. The truth is, if you don't know exactly where you're going, you'll end up somewhere you don't want to be. This is why goal setting isn't just important, it's non-negotiable. If you don't set goals, life will set them for you. And chances are, they won't be in your favor. Most people say they want to be successful, but when you ask them what success looks like, they can't give a clear answer. Saying, I want to be rich or I want to be healthy, is not a real goal. It's just a vague wish. Goals must be specific, measurable, and time-bound. Instead of saying I want to lose weight, say I will lose 15 pounds in the next 90 days by exercising 5 times a week and following a clean diet. Instead of I want to make more money, say I will increase my income by $10,000 in the next 6 months by starting a side hustle and improving my sales skills. When your goals are clear, your actions become clear. You stop wasting time on things that don't matter and start focusing on what brings results. Jim Carrey is a perfect example of the power of goal setting. Before he became famous, he wrote himself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered and dated it 5 years in the future. He carried that check in his wallet and visualized cashing it every single day. 5 years later, he landed a role in Dumb and Dumber and got paid exactly $10 million. This wasn't magic. It was clarity, focus, and relentless pursuit of his goal. One of the biggest reasons people don't set goals is fear of failure. They're afraid that if they set a goal and don't achieve it, they'll feel like a failure. But here's the truth. The only real failure is not trying. If you set a big goal and fall short, you're still further ahead than if you had never tried at all. The real danger is not failing. It's living a small life because you were afraid to aim higher. So how do you set and achieve goals effectively? First, write them down. Studies have shown that people who write their goals down are 42% more likely to achieve them. Writing creates commitment. It turns an idea into something real. Every morning, read your goals and remind yourself why they matter. Second, break big goals into small, actionable steps. Too many people set massive goals and get overwhelmed. They want to build $1 million business, but don't know where to start, so they do nothing. The secret is breaking your big vision into small daily actions. If your goal is to write a book, don't focus on writing 300 pages. Just focus on writing 1 page every day. Small wins create momentum, and momentum leads to success. Third, set deadlines. A goal without a deadline is just a dream. Deadlines create urgency and force action. If you tell yourself, I'll start my business someday, you never will. But if you say, I'll launch my website within 30 days, now you have something to aim for. Fourth, track your progress. Every successful person tracks their progress. Athletes track their training. Business owners track their revenue. And top performers track their daily habits. If you're not measuring your progress, you're flying blind. Keep a journal, use a planner, or create a system to monitor how far you've come and what needs improvement. Fifth, visualize success daily. Your brain is wired to follow your dominant thoughts. If you constantly think about your goals, your subconscious mind starts working to make them a reality. Top athletes visualize winning before they compete, and successful entrepreneurs visualize their business thriving before it happens. Spend a few minutes each day seeing yourself achieving your goals, not as a wish, but as an expectation. Finally, take action every single day. A dream without action is just a fantasy. The most successful people don't just set goals, they work toward them relentlessly. Even if it's just a small step, do something every day that moves you closer to your goal. The key is consistency. Success isn't built overnight, but if you take action daily, your future will change dramatically over time. At the end of the day, you have two choices. Set goals and design your future, or let life push you wherever it wants. The people who succeed are not necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They are simply the ones who set a clear target and refuse to stop until they reach it. The question is, are you going to be one of them? Number 8. The power of people. Success is never achieved alone. No matter how talented, hardworking, or intelligent you are, you need the right people around you to reach your full potential. The truth is, your environment is shaping your success or failure every single day. The people you surround yourself with will either push you forward, hold you back, or keep you exactly where you are. If you're serious about leveling up your life, you need to evaluate your relationships, build a strong network, and surround yourself with winners. Think about this. If you put one healthy fish into a polluted tank, it won't stay healthy for long. The environment will eventually poison it. The same happens with people. If you're surrounded by negative, toxic, or unambitious individuals, they will slowly pull you down without you even realizing it. Their limiting beliefs will become your limiting beliefs. Their lack of ambition will make you doubt your own potential. Their excuses will start sounding loud. And before you know it, you'll find yourself settling for less than you're capable of. On the other hand, when you spend time around high achievers, disciplined individuals, and people who push themselves to grow, their mindset starts rubbing off on you. Their work ethic inspires you. Their confidence in their abilities makes you believe in your own. Their success makes you see what's possible. This is why proximity is power. You rise or fall to the level of the people you associate with. Take Steve Jobs and Bill Gates as an example. While they were competitors, they were also part of a powerful network of tech visionaries who challenged each other to think bigger, innovate faster, and push boundaries. Without being surrounded by other ambitious-driven people, their ideas might have remained just ideas. But because they had the right network, they turned those ideas into billion-dollar empires. Now, let's be real. Most people don't actively choose their network. They stick with the same people they've known for years, even if those people bring no value to their lives. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Not everyone in your life deserves a seat at your table. If someone is holding you back, feeding you negativity, or preventing you from growing, you need to distance yourself. This doesn't mean cutting people off completely, but it does mean limiting your exposure to those who don't align with your vision. So how do you start building a powerful network? First, audit your current relationships. Ask yourself, are the people in my life pushing me toward my goals or keeping me comfortable? If the answer is the latter, it's time to expand your circle. Second, put yourself in the right rooms. You won't find high achievers in places where average people spend their time. If you want to grow, go where growth happens. Attend networking events. Join masterminds. Find communities of like-minded individuals who are already at the level you want to reach. Third, provide value before you expect it. Too many people try to build connections only when they need something. But the secret to building genuine, strong relationships is giving before you ask. Offer help, share knowledge, connect people. Be someone who contributes rather than someone who only takes. When you bring value, people will naturally want to stay connected with you. Fourth, find mentors and role models. No matter where you are in life, there's someone ahead of you who has already achieved what you want. Learning from them will save you years of mistakes and fast-track your success. Mentorship isn't about finding someone to hold your hand. It's about learning from their experience, and applying it to your own journey. Fifth, eliminate toxic relationships. If someone constantly discourages you, doubts your abilities, or mocks your ambitions, you have to create space. Their words and energy can slowly drain your motivation. Protect your mental environment like your future depends on it, because it does. Finally, become the type of person you want to attract. You can't expect to build a network of winners if you have a loser's mindset. Improve yourself, learn new skills, be disciplined, be positive. The better you become, the better people you will attract into your life. Success isn't just about finding the right people. It's about becoming the right person. At the end of the day, the people you surround yourself with either elevate you or drain you. They either encourage you or discourage you. They either make you better or make you worse. There is no neutral. Your network is either lifting you up or pulling you down. Choose wisely, because your future depends on it. Number 9, the art of living well. Success is more than just money. Most people spend their entire lives chasing success, believing that once they have enough money, power, or recognition, they will finally be happy. But what they fail to realize is that success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. We've seen it time and time again: wealthy CEOs who are miserable, celebrities who turn to substance abuse, high achievers who feel empty despite having everything they once dreamed of. The truth is, success isn't just about financial gain. It's about creating a life that is balanced, meaningful, and fulfilling. If you don't learn how to enjoy the process, all the money and achievements in the world won't make you happy. The biggest mistake people make is thinking happiness is a future destination. They tell themselves, once I make $1 million, then I'll be happy. Or once I have my dream house, then I'll finally relax. But happiness doesn't work that way. If you're not happy with what you have now, you won't be happy when you get more. Why? Because the goalposts will always move. You'll hit one milestone and immediately set another. You'll always feel like something is missing. That's why learning to be happy now while you build your future is essential. This doesn't mean you should stop striving for success. It means that while you work towards your goals, you should also learn how to appreciate what you already have. Some of the richest people in the world envy the peace and simplicity of those who have less but are truly content. Meanwhile, some of the poorest people in terms of money live the richest lives because they know how to appreciate love, health, relationships, and simple joys. The real question isn't just how much money you want to make, but how do you want to feel every day? Because happiness is not a result, it's a habit. One of the most powerful ways to live a fulfilling life is to prioritize experiences over possessions. Science has proven that material things only bring temporary happiness, but meaningful experiences like travel, deep conversations, new adventures, and personal growth create lasting joy. Instead of spending money on things that lose their value, invest in things that add value to your life. Travel to places that expand your mind. Learn new skills that challenge you. Spend time with people who make you feel alive. These are the things that truly matter. Another critical aspect of living well is taking care of your health. What's the point of achieving success if you're too exhausted, unhealthy, or stressed to enjoy it? Many people sacrifice their well-being for work, believing they can make up for it later. But health isn't something you can just buy back once it's gone. No amount of money can replace a strong body, a sharp mind, and an energized spirit. That's why you must prioritize exercise, nutrition, and mental well-being as much as you prioritize financial success. When you feel good physically, everything else in life improves. One of the greatest sources of fulfillment comes from giving back. Some of the happiest people in the world are not the ones who take the most, but the ones who give the most. Contribution, whether through charity, mentoring, or simply helping those around you, creates a sense of purpose that money alone can't provide. If you're only chasing success for yourself, it will feel empty. But when you use your success to impact others, it gives your life deeper meaning. Another key to living well is finding balance. Success doesn't mean grinding 24/7 with no time for your loved ones or the things you enjoy. You don't have to choose between success and happiness. you can have both. But that requires setting boundaries, making time for what truly matters, and not losing yourself in the pursuit of more. Some of the most successful people in the world schedule time for their families, hobbies, and personal passions just as seriously as they schedule business meetings. Because they understand that true wealth isn't just about money, it's about time, relationships, and peace of mind. Finally, never stop growing. Life isn't about reaching one peak and stopping there. It's about continuous expansion. Learn new things, meet new people, explore different perspectives. The moment you stop growing, you stop truly living. The happiest, most successful people in the world are always evolving. They never settle. They keep pushing themselves, not just financially, but intellectually, spiritually, and emotionally. At the end of the day, success is not about how much money you make. It's about how you live, how you feel, and how much impact you create. Don't wait until you're rich to start living well. Enjoy the journey. Work hard, but don't forget to appreciate what you have. Chase your dreams, but don't neglect your health and relationships. Strive for success, but don't lose sight of what truly matters. Because in the end, the goal isn't just to be successful. It's to be happy, fulfilled, and fully alive. Number 10. No more excuses. The time to get it done is now. At some point, you have to decide whether you're going to keep making excuses or start making progress. This is where most people fail. Not because they lack intelligence, talent, or opportunity, but because they keep finding reasons to wait. I'll start tomorrow. I'm not ready yet. The timing isn't perfect. These are the lies people tell themselves to justify inaction. But here's the harsh truth. There is never a perfect time. Life will always be busy. Challenges will always exist. And doubt will always whisper in your ear. If you keep waiting, you'll wait forever. Think about all the things you said you'd start someday. Learning a new skill, getting in shape, starting that business, fixing your finances, improving your mindset. Now ask yourself, how much further would I be if I had started a year ago? That's the real cost of procrastination. Not just the time lost, but the opportunities missed, the progress delayed, and the success you could have achieved if you had just started. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't knowledge, luck, or resources, it's execution. The most successful people in the world are not necessarily the smartest or the most talented, but they are the ones who take consistent action, no matter what. They don't wait for everything to be perfect. They don't let fear stop them. They don't overthink or get stuck in analysis paralysis. They take action. They learn from experience, and they keep moving forward. Look at some of the most influential people in history. Steve Jobs didn't wait until he had the perfect product before launching Apple. He started, failed, adjusted, and built one of the most valuable companies in the world. Jeff Bezos didn't wait until he had $1 billion business plan. He started Amazon by selling books online from his garage. The greatest athletes, entrepreneurs, and leaders didn't become great by waiting. They became great by doing. So what's stopping you? Is it fear, doubt, the need for approval? None of those things matter. Fear is normal, but it's not an excuse to do nothing. Doubt is natural, but it should never be stronger than your desire to succeed. And waiting for approval is pointless, because no one is coming to give you permission to chase your dreams. You have to decide for yourself. The reality is, every day you waste in hesitation is a day you'll never get back. Time is the one resource you can never replace. You can always earn more money, learn new skills, and rebuild what you've lost. But once time is gone, it's gone forever. If you don't take action now, you'll wake up 5 or 10 years from now wondering what could have been, realizing that you let fear, excuses, and distractions steal years of your life. So what's the solution? Take action now. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. That doesn't mean you have to do everything at once, but it does mean you need to make a decision. Choose one goal and take the first step today. It doesn't matter how small it is. What matters is that you break the cycle of inaction, stop making excuses, and start making progress. If you don't have time, wake up earlier. If you don't have money, start with what you have. If you don't have the skills, learn them. If you don't know where to start, take the first step and figure out the rest as you go. Every excuse you make is just a way to delay your own success. You either find a way or you find an excuse, but you can't have both. 1 year from now, you'll either look back and be proud that you started today, or you'll wish you had. The future you want isn't going to magically appear. It's built by the decisions you make today. You have everything you need to succeed. The only thing missing is action. No more waiting. No more hesitation. No more excuses. It's time to get it done. Right now. Success isn't about luck. It isn't about intelligence, talent, or waiting for the right moment. It's about taking action. Every lesson in this blueprint has led to one undeniable truth. You are in control of your future. You now have the mindset, the strategies, and the tools to transform your life. But none of it matters unless you execute. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is what you do next. Look back at where you were a year ago. Has anything changed? Are you closer to your goals, or have you been stuck in the same cycle, waiting, hesitating, making excuses? If you're tired of feeling like you're not making progress, then today is the day to change that. Not tomorrow, not next week. Right now, you now understand the power of your mindset, your attitude, your actions, and your environment. You know that discipline, consistency, and tracking progress are non-negotiable if you want to win. You've seen how wealth isn't just about money, it's about time, relationships, and experiences. And most importantly, you know that the only way to break free from mediocrity is to stop making excuses and start executing. So here's the challenge. What will you do today that your future self will thank you for? Will you finally set clear goals? Will you take the first step toward your dreams? Will you stop waiting for the perfect time and just get started? Because in the end, there are only two types of people, those who talk about what they're going to do, and those who actually do it. Which one will you be? The next 10 years will pass whether you take action or not. The question is, where will you be when they do? The life you want is possible, but only if you go after it. No more waiting. No more excuses.